Pro wrestling talk from the four corners of parts unknown. This is That Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome to That Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Brian. Early recording this week as I am headed for a getaway in the home of Kofi Kingston. Or I should say, Kofi Kingston, Montego Bay, Jamaica.
Hey, Jamaican Me Crazy.
If I come back next week and I constantly say Jamaican Me Crazy.
Oh, your wife, you're going to say the whole time you're there.
She's gonna
why. Hate you. She is going to hate you.
She won't get it. She'll be drunk.
Yeah, and she'll be like, shut the hell up. I'm
all
so tired
day
of you
and
saying
night.
this.
Oh, well.
All Brian said was Jamaican
don't
Me
we
Crazy.
Don't we remember a vacation, Brian, where I believe the line was, take care. I remember that story.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you're going to do it. You're going to do it, and she's going to be like, shut the hell up.
Yeah. I know better not to like do it around like the staff. It's like, like inappropriate. Like I've got more sense than that. But yes, in our room, in our own private times, yes, constantly.
If you're not saying that, you're going to be like, okay, get ready for the boom drop.
Fingers crossed, my friend. Fingers crossed.
That's also for the bedroom.
First trip, yes. That's good,
I think that's what he meant.
out.
The first,
yes, that's what I got.
Spell it. The teacher spells it out for us, or Kevin follows up on it.
I'm here all day.
All right. So yeah, well, that's the preview for next week's show. I'll have lots of fun stories for that. So it's a little different of a show though this week. It's going to be highlighted by our first ever That Wrestling Podcast Wrestlemania Trivia. So that's coming
up.
What's
the prize? What's the prize?
We'll get to that.
I saw there was a prize. I'm like, oh,
we'll get to that.
Brian's the cheapest of the four of us. And I mean,
when we
he's
get
offering
to the
up
game,
a prize.
That's right. A prize is on the line. It's all coming up. But first, of course, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing today? What are you wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing today? Jay's waiting for a Christmas. He's not waiting for Christmas morning to know what the prize is before we get to the game. He
child
wants it
syndrome.
now.
Only child syndrome.
That's it. Joe, you can start with what are you wearing?
I'm going with first time wearing it, but the Connor's Cure shirt. We're in WrestleMania season, and I can't believe it's been 8 years since he was at WrestleMania 30. So I know, right? It's going on like, it was 2014, 2022, 8 years. So yeah, in honor of Connor the Crusher, the WWE Hall of Famer, I'm going with the Connor's Cure shirt.
That's great. I'm sure that'll be coming up in my selection here, not too far down the road. Kevin, what do you've got?
Yeah, one thing, Joe, when that shirt, just the video, I remember, I don't remember what airport we were in, but I remember we watched it. My wife got a tear, and she loved watching the video of Connor punching Triple H and then pinning him, but lifting the leg while he pinned him. So I have a good memory for videos like that. Bad memory for the WrestleMania challenge coming up. I the first time wearing this shirt as well. It's one of the Royal Rumble prizes. I'm sporting the 1, 2, 3 Kid Sean Waltman style shirt. I realized I didn't follow Sean Waltman on social media. And then I saw a lot of posts after Scott Hall passed, and he actually writes pretty nicely and a lot of heartfelt stuff on Scott. So I went back and just telling people to like calm down, maybe not bicker back and forth on my posts about all that. So he's a good follow. If you guys don't follow him, I'm glad I did, or I'm glad I do now. But
the best tweet he put was before Scott passed away. He goes, "Our friend is still with us. Quit saying rest in peace." So
one of you guys might have liked it, which made me realize, okay, I don't follow him, and now I love it. Man, come to GCW, Sean. Let's do this.
Yeah,
we'll see. He was just at GCW. Him and Janela were a team against Mid Cardona and Brian Myers,
and Janela turned on him.
And
Right.
then Janelle turned
Yeah.
on him. So, yeah, maybe he'll be at the Harpo show in April. I
Yes.
brought out something that I have had since SummerSlam. Kevin and I went to the cheap heat and greet with the Wrestling for Sale. I don't know who makes it, but it's an all over Jeff Jarrett Double J era shirt. And I mean, you can see it. It's, ain't it
loud.
great?
Yeah, ain't it great? Yeah, Jay, going back to Sean Waltman. So there is a Comic-Con in town the weekend of GCW at Harpo's, and it's him and Nash and maybe someone else. I don't remember, but I was saying that to Kevin, like, hey, maybe he'll pop up at that show. So, but who knows now that Scott's passed, maybe they're taking some time off and that sort of thing. Yeah, who knows? We'll keep it.
I got a question. Do you think Nash is going to be taking those bookings, or will it be too soon for fans?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Kevin likes his money, and I'm sure though he's at WrestleCon next weekend, so he's going to be taking his bookings.
I don't know with the way he was tweeting out and how close they were. I'd probably take a little break from it. It doesn't matter. Money made enough.
When we were there at GCW the last time, he put over his jackknife Kush strain of weed that he was developing. So any advertisement for that, I'm sure. But we'll see. I saw Alex Shelley was announced, so I know they have some history. So yeah, I bet you if he's gonna, they'll advertise it. Definitely.
John Morrison starts up at GCW next week, so probably
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Well, cool. We'll keep an eye on that. My shirt, this was a Joe special from last Christmas. It's Iron Mike Tyson. I probably should have worn that last week with our celebrities of WrestleMania 5 count. So I kind of thought I better make up for it and wear it this week.
Still counts. He was at WrestleMania.
That's true. We have WrestleMania Trivia. Maybe there'll be a Tyson question in the game coming up.
Don't say.
All right. So we're again, a little bit of a different show because we're recording this in full transparency during NXT. This will be before Dynamite tomorrow and Wednesday. So we're going to just touch on a couple quick things, really, and then we'll get into WrestleMania trivia. We'll first touch on SmackDown. I didn't think it was that much of an eventful show, but I know Jay has something that he wants to share that he took away that I think was a little unsettling to him.
When did Roman Reigns become a bitch? Running away because he said that Brock Lesnar's plane just landed? And how the hell did Brock get to the arena that quick if his plane just landed?
I know, right?
Continuity, guys. Come on. And that new shirt, it's the 2s. It's not the 1s.
What does that mean? Oh, that's bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Get it? I get what you did. Yes.
Number 1, number 2. Get it?
Yes, I agree.
Toilet humor.
Terrible. It's terrible.
That's
all. That's all I got.
Yeah, either Paul needed to check his phone like 30 to 45 minutes earlier because you don't get off the plane.
There were a bunch of updates, and he didn't hit system preferences. Then he accepted it, so it was like a lot of rebooting. So
either that or wherever they were in. Were they in Charlotte last week? So
they were in Charlotte because of the main event had to be a Charlotte Flair promo, which went nowhere. And then Ronda Rousey comes out, mean mugs it, and goes through a table. End of show. Boring.
That's not your thing, Joe. We get
no. The crowd wasn't into it either.
We know you're a hater.
Yeah.
Proudly.
Well, in any event, I was gonna say then the Charlotte airport, the arena must literally be right off the runway where Brock landed. So that's how that was.
And he could get a forklift from the terminal.
I'm really glad he didn't murder somebody. So that was a plus. WrestleMania would have been down.
It was close. He almost got him. It was close.
Brock with anything, weapon, machinery. There's a video from a couple years ago of him like shooting prairie dogs with machine guns. Like you take this insanely monster of a man and then you give him something else. You know what? Actually, it kind of reminded me of. Remember when we did our WWE or wrestling reality shows we want to see. And my number 1 was Brock Rescue. The takeoff of Bar Rescue, where Brock is going to do the demo on all the bar. He kind of did that last week with the forklift in the car. So I was like, a little preview right there. So that was SmackDown. Monday Night Raw was pretty. There's a lot going on, I think. First off, Kevin Owens. I thought that was Stone Cold Steve Austin, right?
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. But did anybody got by the music in the middle?
Nope.
No.
All right.
Stone Cold Kevin Owens is my new favorite version of Kevin Owens. Like, he should beat Stone Cold's ass at Mania and then take his name, take the nickname.
That's not going to happen.
He did tease the new shirt.
It's good
on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's the Ultimate Challenge, since it's Warrior Hogan, since it's KO Mania 6, and it's instead of Ultimate Challenge, the duct tape says Stunner versus Stunner. As him as Kevin Owens is the Ultimate Warrior and Stone Cold is Hogan.
I won't be buying that.
He teased that, and I love that he did the whole fake out, because it reminded me of when Shawn returned to Montreal.
Yes.
And then Brett's music played, and he was like, oh, and then started laughing. It was the same thing. Kevin Owens gave a great scared wrestler look when the glass broke.
Yeah, that was
I'll
great.
say this. The crowd was the best part, because that crowd
they got worked.
Yeah,
I thought Chicago was supposed to be a smart crowd. They fell for it twice. Chicago, shame on you.
Amazing.
That was great. I love the knee braces, the little attention
kept
to
falling
detail. Yeah, it was like the thing was hanging around, dropping the beer cans. That was hilarious. Like, that's great.
Give me a beer in here.
Worse skull cap than the Miz's rock skull cap.
Yeah, it's
that
like
thing
peeling
was
off already.
flaky.
That makes it so great. I'll tell you, I thought that I would want an Austin appearance on Raw before Mania, but I think it's been okay because of just how amazing Kevin Owens is. Anybody feel differently?
He doesn't need to be there.
No,
I agree. Wait till Texas.
Just save the big pop for Texas, right? Yeah. I thought at first you'd want that, but I'm all
no. Think about it this way: it's supposed to just be a talk show. So if he shows up, it ruins the Mania moment.
That's
because if they fight before
yeah.
WrestleMania Saturday, what's the point?
You can't do a talk show before the talk show, right? You can't do.
Yeah, you can't do a promo to promote the talk show.
Right. Right. That would be a first, I guess. Seth Rollins still doesn't have a match. He boy, all you're gonna do though, like look at what Natty and what's her name did to get into the tag
Shayna
title
Baszler.
match. Yeah, all you gotta do is attack someone, you get added to a match. Why hasn't Seth thought of that yet? But Seth and AJ was fun. We had a much longer main event than we did the previous week when Kevin was excited for the 30 minutes of main event. And it ended up being like 15. This one was like 22, 24. I enjoyed Miz taking Rey Mysterio's mask.
Mm-hmm.
That's good for WrestleMania. That's good.
If you look at Miz's Instagram, he has the mask on his trophy case with all their title belts.
That's great.
And he also has it with a very long, like a long gold wig, like Maurice's hair. It's pretty fucking funny. It's go to the Miz on Instagram. Check that out.
I like that. I think he says he's going to give it to Logan Paul. That could be fun. I hope Ray's not too worried because he literally has thousands of masks, so he should be okay next week. Like, not my one mask, you took it. But nevertheless, I don't expect Ray to come out without a mask at Mania or Raw next week.
We expect Logan to wear it coming down the ramp. I mean,
that would be awesome.
That,
so awesome.
I'm all about it.
And then, beat him up. Ray, wins, takes it off. But that would be amazing if Logan's head could fit in it, because Ray has a very, very little, tiny man head.
Well, they could always just basically give him one that's the same.
What
would be great?
Larger replica.
What would be great, Kevin, to go off of that, if Logan Paul wears it during the match And at the end, Ray takes it off, and Logan's covering his face like Ray does every single time to play off of it while running. And the Miz is covering him up too, like Dominic did when they leave the ring. That would make it.
And then Dom turns on Ray, and
forms the LWO.
Yes. If you listen to previous episode of That Wrestling Podcast.
Well, they showed up on NXT last week, so
yeah,
we're another step closer to my prediction of him leading the Phantasma guys. So
yeah, that was the first.
And we're also another step closer to NXT becoming WWE CW. So I said that a couple weeks ago too. The more main roster people that they put on NXT, what's the point?
Well, there is someone that's coming up soon.
Oh yeah, Brian's guy.
Oh, I know. Speaking of coming, Veer.
Whoa.
For real.
Well, I was talking about Gable Steveson to NXT.
Oh, yes. Well, no, yeah. Gable. He just won the heavyweight NCAA wrestling championship again. He did the traditional leave your boots, your wrestling shoes on the mat. He's done. And I guess he already tweeted, like, I'll see you at Raw or WrestleMania already. But I mean, that's to be expected, I suppose. So yeah, that's cool. But no, Veer, get back to Raw. Veer and Kevin broke the news. I'd missed it. And he's coming for real. He's coming on the Raw after WrestleMania. Guys, does he win the title that night, or do they wait a little bit? or I got to shout out. I'm gonna go see my my barber, who's a big wrestling fan. His name's not Brutus, it should be. But
just call him that.
My guy Ryan, Ryan, aka
Beefcake.
He goes, what if Veer is Seth Rollins' opponent at WrestleMania, and they like tease it as Cody, and they call him the Indian Nightmare.
Oh,
I laughed out loud. I was like, oh my God, could you imagine?
Veer, I mean, I want Veer versus Omos versus Aziz.
That'd be cool.
We don't get giants versus giants anymore.
Yeah.
And the last 2 weeks, we've had Omos and Aziz. Throw Veer into the mix. Get Shanky from SmackDown. Get the guy from NXT that's with Grayson Waller. Like, let's get 6 giants in the ring at SummerSlam. I want it.
Veer is a pretty good personality coming out on social media. I want nothing but success for the guy. The promos, or not the promos, just the little videos where it's and he's cross-eyed like this in them, and it's just so weird. I hope he's not a comedy act. I know, Jay, you mentioned something a few weeks ago. I think he's going to be like a potentially a joke or
Brodus Clay.
It's going to be like a Brodus Clay.
I fear that if it is something like that, but I don't remember him wrestling that much, truly, with Jinder, but I hope the best for the guy. I truly do.
Yeah.
He was in a tag team at NXT that Malcolm Bivens was the manager.
That was like a hot week or two. I remember.
Yeah. So that's.
You know what I would like to see with the Giants that Jason mentioned, like having Omos and Veer and Shanky, all these Giants in the ring. I would like to see Reggie running away from the 24/7 guys and get into the ring in the middle, and they just destroy him, win the belt, and that ends the 24/7 championship. Because who's gonna roll up Omos? How can you?
They literally have a giant fork and knife, and they start eating the 24/7 title.
It's like, I dare you to try to do the surprise roll up on any of those Redwoods. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
that would essentially change the 24/7 championship to the Giants championship.
Isn't Dana Brooke the champ?
Yeah, we got to get it off Dana Brooke first.
I was going to say, if she goes in the ring,
if there's any way,
that's a porno. With those.
Oh my God! All right.
Somebody order a pizza? Anyone who wants fish tacos?
I ordered big sausage.
and
Veer brings the traditional Indian cuisine, I guess.
Veer is a good social media follow. They are doing it. If he's doing it, or his team, or if it's WWE, they're working it, and I don't know if this is what we're gonna get or if it's gonna be something completely different. But yeah, Veer, another good social media follow is Veer.
Yeah, pulling for Veer. I hope he gets a great reaction at that Monday Raw after
I won't be there
all this time. Wait, you're going?
Oh, you're not going?
No, I'm flying home Monday morning.
Oh, I thought you said you are going. Okay, yeah. Like, wait a second. What?
No, I don't want to be there with all those marks.
Yeah.
Please.
But speaking of marks and things you are going to, we were excited. You shared with us the other day that turns out you're going to NXT Stand and Deliver the day of Mania 1. You want to tell us quickly how that kind of came together? And
so like I talked about
else?
last week, none of you clowns are going to Texas. So my wife volunteered to go with me. Because she's going, I wasn't planning on making her go to GCW shows and WrestleCon and Access and NXT and WrestleMania because, whatever. Something happened over the weekend and I think she felt guilty. And she says, well, if you want to go to something, I won't. First it was, I won't care if you leave me at the hotel and go. And then I'm like, all right. So then I started looking up tickets for like WrestleCon and some of the GCW stuff.
Yeah.
Like, because there are shows from 10 a.m. that start, and then there's shows that start at midnight, like Joey Janela's Spring Break.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? Stand and Deliver will be good. And I love the American Airlines Center. When I lived in Dallas, I mean, I went there for fights and games and, basketball and hockey. And my one radio station was literally right next door. So I was there all the time. And it'll be good to go back. I haven't been there since WrestleMania 32, the Hall of Fame ceremony. But anyway, so I started looking for tickets on Ticketmaster. And, I figured, I could have sat, second or third level and been fine. I found tickets in the fourth row looking at the hard cam, and they were $120 a piece. So we'll be in the fourth row. We'll be on camera all night. I just got to figure out if I want to wear a green Kool-Aid Man shirt or if I want to go get an Affliction shirt or maybe dress up like Frank the Clown. I don't know. But yeah, so we're going to NXT Saturday morning and then WrestleMania Saturday, that night. So, and then Sunday.
Please wear that sweet Double J Jeff Jarrett
that could
it's
be a
very
good one.
visual.
Yep.
Like,
yeah, it's this thing's heavy, man. It's hot. I don't know. We'll see.
that is true.
Maybe I'll pack it up. Who knows? But yeah, so I'll be at NXT, and what I'm looking forward to the most is I've been to NXT pay-per-views in arenas before. I went to War Games. I've been to TakeOver when it was in Dallas at 32. I'm curious what the reaction is going to be in an arena for 2.0 and capacity. Is it going to be full? What's going to happen? Because this is, to my knowledge, the first arena they're doing a show in with NXT 2.0. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most. And of course, seeing Braun Breaker for the first time, I'm sure Waller will have a match and, Nikita will have a match and tearing some refrigerators open or whatever, the tweet was. But while I wasn't really excited about doing extra stuff because I didn't want my wife to have to sit through that. When she said she was in, I'm like, all right, let's do it. So how does it work logistically just because of the time of the shows during the day? I don't know what the drive distance is to get to. Are you going to go right from there to Jerry World and go there? That's a long day, dude. And with all due respect, you're old as fuck. So how are you going to pull this off?
What's NXT? 3 hours, you think?
No, NXT will be 2 hours. There'll probably be a couple dark matches in the pre-show.
Sorry.
I'm like a year older than you, asshole. So I don't really know exactly what
Grandpa Jason's going to tell us all about it on Monday.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my
honey.
honey. Sorry. I want to know that legitimately because that's a long day.
So we're staying in Grapevine. The arena is in downtown Dallas, and then the stadium is in Arlington. So most likely, we'll probably leave around 8:30 to get down to the downtown by 9:30 to get in line. I'd imagine doors are at 10. Or maybe even doors are at
9:30, maybe, yeah.
For because they'll probably do a couple dark matches.
That's true. Yeah.
And then the pay-per-view starts at noon Eastern, 11 Central.
Okay.
Right. 11.
So
Okay.
we'll say that's 11-1, maybe 11-2. Okay. So then Mania starts, I believe, at 7, or no, it's 8 Eastern,
Yeah,
which is 7
Dallas.
7 Central.
Right.
Most likely we'll go down because some of my other wrestling text friends that are all live in Dallas, they're doing a little bit of a tailgate. We did that at 32. We bought 70 Raisin Cane chicken strips.
Oh.
We got the catered, and then it comes with like 20 dips, the sauce. So they're
Bean
doing
sauce.
that again. I got my official invite last week. So I don't know, man. Like I said, most likely we will go from A to B. And then, Sunday we'll be able to sleep in a little bit.
Yeah.
Or, most of the day. My brother-in-law lives down there, so we're going to see him for breakfast on Sunday. And then, it'll be Mania Sunday and leave Monday. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's going to be an interesting dynamic. I'm sure I'm not the only person that will do NXT then Mania, but I'm just not there yet. I haven't really put that much thought into it. That'll be this weekend as I map out what's going to happen, when we're there.
If you do see green Kool-Aid guy or Brock
I'll be
Lesnar shirt
3 rows
guy,
behind him.
yeah, make sure you slash their tires on the way out of the arena so they can't make it to WrestleMania.
Are you drunk?
No,
Like,
no.
I don't know what
just,
their
No,
car
he's
looks
just
like.
vengeful.
just angry at them and their annoyance.
I'm old as fuck. Slash
Well,
someone's
since-
tires.
Yeah, he's so old. He's going to be
Yeah.
parking at the exit and talking about the leaving in the third quarter, like in those commercials.
Like the guy.
Let's not talk about parking and leaving yet. Let's just go into the arena.
Yeah.
Well, since it's wrestling
All right.
related, maybe you can dress up as the Repo Man and, just repo that.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Take him out.
No cosplay
All
here,
right.
bro.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's going to be a cool day for sure.
No need with that Jeff Jarrett shirt.
Too bad
Yeah.
you clowns couldn't make the trip.
Yeah, me and Joe have already established because we're going to be at the same event during night 1 that just like Encanto or Enchanto, we don't talk about Bruno. We won't talk about WrestleMania.
Are you going to watch night 1 on night 2 on day 2?
Ideally,
That's the plan. I'm going to watch it the afternoon.
Yeah.
And the bonus is I can fast forward all the stuff I don't want to watch.
I'll stay off my phone. I'll try to.
You better, because I'm going to spoil.
I know. Poor Kevin.
Yeah, Brian, when we found out we were going to the same event,
Yeah.
my wife was like, I'm going to make sure you two nerds don't look at anything WrestleMania
That's right.
that whole night, because I don't want you ruining it for the next day.
Keep the drinks coming and let us talk about other things than wrestling.
If wrestling comes up, she's going to quickly change the topic or slap me in the back of the head.
Yep.
That's one of the 2 options.
We got a pact there, brother. Boom.
I am going to try to do a vlog about the weekend.
Oh, that's
I've never done anything like this before. My video skills aren't the greatest. I'm definitely no Brian, but I am going to try to do it and try to keep it under 15 minutes, maybe. I know it's going to be hard, but I do intend on that. We'll see what happens and what I come home with. So, yeah.
And Jay, you talked about your excitement for the NXT, and I'll go over the card as of now and get the other guys' thoughts on just like anything you want to see or whatnot. So right now we've got Dolph and Braun for the NXT Championship, Mandy and Cora Jade, NXT Women's Champ, Ciampa and Tony D'Angelo, which seems to be teased as maybe Ciampa's last NXT appearance.
Bathroom match.
Let's see, Toxic Attraction tag titles against the winner of the Dusty Cup, which is still going on as we speak. We got Triple Threat Men's tag, Imperium, Creed Brothers, MSK, and then we've got the ladder match with Carmelo versus Escobar versus the winner of Grayson Waller or A-Kid and Solo Sakai, and there should be one more. So we're still another week or 2 out. But we're probably next week not really going to be touching on it because we'll be touching on WrestleMania. So, guys, anything stand out? Anything of interest, or what's your thoughts? Go ahead, Kev.
I think it's okay. I think that we've been seeing a good amount of championship matches on regular TV. So it's kind of just like a, premium double event, I'd say, of a week. But bigger venue will make it more special. They're going to want to show in front of a big crowd since, in the NXT arena, it's 250, 300, 400 people.
Yeah.
So they're going to want to bring it. I think Ciampa's last match could be something special. I think the card seems nice. Nothing like extremely overwhelming, like amazing or anything. It'd be cool if Gable showed up. That'd be pretty sweet.
You know what else would be cool?
If Carlito showed up.
Gargano shows up.
That
Who?
Gargano.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And
He is making his first. He's at WrestleCon, I believe.
Yeah,
so
he'll be in town. That's true. That's true.
But
Joe,
if he comes back, I'd rather have him go main roster. I don't want to.
No, he's got to finish off Grayson Waller. And if Ciampa's really done, there you go.
Yeah. There's no room for Gargano on the main roster now that Veer's finally coming.
Right.
There's no more room. Joe, anything stand out? Any interest?
Nothing really stands out.
Yeah.
It's going back to like the original NXT days where you weren't really that excited about it. It wasn't that like the greatest of builds, but the pay-per-views were always amazing where you didn't need the great build. So I'm going in the typical wait and see stance for 2.0's first real big event. And I'm thinking I'm going to be pleasantly surprised. I have medium standards for this one. I think it's just going to be, since it's a Saturday afternoon, I don't think that they're really giving too much effort for this, but I could be surprised. So I'm going to go in this with mid-level expectations.
Because it's an afternoon show, they're not going to put in effort. Are you kidding? It's an arena show. This is their first one. Of course, they're going to exceed expectations like they do every takeover. Yeah. There's never been a bad takeover ever.
Don't they have other things going on that weekend to be focusing on?
Not NXT.
It's same company. So I'm going to be pleasantly surprised. I'm giving it a wait and see, but I'm just like, nothing on the card makes me go, wow, I got to see that. But nothing on the card makes me go, that's a bathroom break.
I got you.
I think it's all Cardona. It's all mid.
Wow. I'm like Jay. I'm interested in the how it is going to play out in the big arena. Get the sense of who the fans are gravitating toward, because it is those same 200, 300 NXT fans in the Performance Center. So that's exciting. And I love what Carmelo's doing too. So that ladder match, I think has a lot of potential once we get the entire roster filled out. For
maybe I'll just sit there and just make like just make faces the whole time. And, maybe that's a That Wrestling podcast shirt, since I'll be closer to cameras than I probably will be at Mania. So who knows?
TWP 2.0. That's a shirt.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, that's a good thought on that one. All right. We'll mark it down. We'll see. Quickly, we'll touch again, because we're doing this before Dynamite. So something that is just in the rumor mill from AEW. We know that FTR, they fired Tully Blanchard just a few short weeks ago. And those guys, like on social media and interviews, have really professed their love for Bret the Hitman Hart, friend of the podcast, a friend of Kevin's birthday celebration a few months ago. So the rumor is that with them needing a manager, with the Owen Hart Memorial Cup coming up, which I guess Martha Hart's supposed to be there for like the crowning of the winner. That there's a good chance that Bret may be a part of this. Whether what the role is besides managing, I don't know, but that's just an initial thought. Just wanted to get your reaction. Kev, I'll let you start because I know that's your guy.
Yeah. So I FTR is one of those tag teams where I've really liked them in the ring. I've gotten bored with them at times a lot, and especially in AEW. I don't know. There's just something I don't know. Ever since they started, I just haven't been the most intrigued by them. I think they're being more charismatic. I think they're showing personality. I think Brett coming on would be cool. I would love to see him on screen. Don't necessarily think he's needed. I think the whole, and I always get him confused. Is it Dax that said the whole Sean
Yes, it is.
situation? Okay. Like the familiarity with Brett and his love for Brett growing up. I think it's cool, right? But I don't know. I'm hoping it's not cheesy. Like I that's what I fear, because I feel like they need someone that's bad, and Brett's always going to be cheered unless they do like a mega face turn and they're going to get, I don't know, just with the stashes and stuff. I don't know.
There is only one person that can be the manager of FTR, and that is James E. Cornette.
Oh,
that's who it should be.
That's who it should be. But you're right. Yeah.
No, right. Bret Hart, I get it. It's the Owen Hart tournament. What's crazy, if you follow the UFC, there's this up and coming fighter named Paddy Pimblett. He looks exactly like Owen Hart. It's the strangest thing ever. Strangest thing ever. But no, Bret Hart is a manager. No, the guy has a hard time moving around. So what's he going to do at ringside? James E. Cornette, Jim Cornette. I don't know what obviously I don't believe I think him and Tony Khan aren't, on the right page. So Cornette probably would never come in, but that's who they should really be trying to get.
Yeah. And interacted at all.
Yeah. Any additional Brett thoughts?
Well, besides my typical sign more guys for AEW, I don't think it's the, I also, it's my thing. Send it to me. Yes. Sign more guys. Anyway, what's he going to do? Nothing. It's like, and Cornette, I don't think I can, it makes more sense, but Cornette and AEW, AEW is everything that he preaches against.
I know.
Mr. Traditional, not like a bunch of these little kids doing flips and trying to get their moves in for 35 minutes. What happened to grappling? No, sorry. I gotta say Cornette would be entertaining, but it wouldn't last either. I don't care.
Yeah.
And it's not being a Sean guy either. I just think, why can't we just let Brett be retired?
Yeah, you don't know what his desires are to be a part of something like this. Obviously, he's not going to have a major role. I think, to Kevin's point, FTR from the Revival days, they've always been a heel. So that's what I think is going to be weird. You're not bringing Bret Hart in to be a bad guy manager. I can't see that. So that's the part I'm really interested in, if it does happen, how the fans react, and if they can kind of make a babyface turn, because it's not they've done before.
And I like how Kevin said, FTR doesn't have the personality, so you bring Brett in as the personality. Has Brett ever, besides 97, has Brett ever been known as the personality?
Watch yourself.
Honestly.
Hey, keep rocking, Joe. Keep rocking. Come on.
Keep rocking, Joe.
Keep rocking.
He did say
out some of my best matches at your age.
That's awesome. All right, so we'll keep an eye on Bret Hart. But yeah, obviously this is WrestleMania season, and before we get to WrestleMania trivia, just wanted to have us riff a little bit about just WrestleMania thoughts. Thinking about those early memories, memories we've all been to WrestleMania, or manias plurals in some of our cases. So who'd like to start with just kind of what WrestleMania means to you and how it all came about for you?
I'll start. So I don't necessarily remember the first Mania I watched on pay-per-view. I remember going to Mammoth Video on Mack Avenue. Brian, it doesn't exist anymore.
I know it.
I just remember, like, when I became a big wrestling fan, like, I would go there, rent all the previous Manias, like all the big ones. So I got accustomed to always watching it, but always meeting up with my friends, Matt, Alan. Yes.
Fucking Alan.
Why are you bringing up Alan?
Fucking Alan.
Me and Joe and AJ, like my core group in high school, like, we would watch all the pay-per-views, but Mania would always be a special event. Like, we would get pizza, go get the huge Slurpees, and we'd make it like an all-day thing where we would watch previous Manias and like just just thinking about it, and now I have a kid, right? And he gets excited to watch it, mostly because he gets to stay up late. But he's likes wrestling as well. Just those things. Just I look back at it, and I'm 40 years old now. I went to multiple WrestleManias, drug my wife, to California. We went to another WrestleMania, and she had the time of her life. And from that, she's went to so many NXTs and so many events. So it's just one of those things where growing up, and of course the matches, I can talk about matches and all day long. It's just the fun experience of watching it at home, going live, bringing friends, the experiences of just Mania overall is just something that is amazing.
For me, it's about the different eras. Obviously, as a kid, the first one, there was closed circuit issues at the Civic Arena, so they showed it on regular TV. WrestleMania 3, I watched on closed circuit at the Palace Theater in Greensburg, PA. Then, as I got older in college at California University of Pennsylvania, it does exist. It is a real college for a little while longer. They're getting ready to change the name. But in the student center, they would show pay-per-views every month. And it would be like 500 kids just, getting food from the food court and just having fun. And then, of course, getting older where you can afford to go. The four of us went to 23. I know Brian went to a couple in the late 20s. I went to 31 and 32. I'm about to go to 38. Watching them with the WWE Network from 2014 on that I paid for until now, Brian. It's all about the eras for me.
Yeah.
It's just a good time to I don't know. I mean, maybe I am getting old as fuck, I believe was the quote, to wax nostalgic about WrestleMania. But for me, it's just fun. It is just about fun and thinking about those different places in my life where WrestleMania, because I'm old enough to have been alive for all of them. So there's a lot of people that weren't old enough that are super hardcore fans that are in their 30s. They were late or in their 20s even. Like, I couldn't imagine.
How about people on the roster who haven't been alive long enough?
Right.
I can't imagine. I guess it's like Super Bowls. The Super Bowls went on well before I was born. WrestleMania is my Super Bowl.
It's interesting you say that about the age part, because I see that on Twitter a lot. Like, they'll do like, who was champion when you first started watching wrestling, and I'll see like Triple H, and I'm like, The Rock. I'm like, oh my god, I was watching like
John Cena. I hate you.
Guys. Yeah, that's true. Joe, any other just Mania, memories and things that you really love about it?
Hey, it's a showcase of the Immortals. It's the event. It's eras, like Jason said. It's hanging out with friends, like Kevin said. I go back to, watching it from the beginning. WrestleMania 1 on TV. WrestleMania 2 was shown on Showtime the next week. So we watched it there. We didn't watch it live on closed circuit. WrestleMania 3 was in Michigan, Pontiac Silverdome. And the friends on my block went to go see it. But my parents didn't get me tickets. And I hated them for it. Because the next day, all my idiot 7-year-old friends were like, Andre lost, and it's like, no spoilers. I don't know what that means. But
so, Joe, were you more pissed at your parents for the WrestleMania thing, or your dad not picking you for the All-Star team and picking your brother?
The All-Star thing. That's one. The All-Star.
Okay,
thing,
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I'm glad you did, because it's like, it means you listen. All-Star number 1, WrestleMania 7 too. Yeah, I was 7 during WrestleMania 3, so of course I didn't understand that we couldn't afford it. But anyways, I didn't know that. The point is, and then you go to high school watching it, where one friend would order it, and everyone would chip in $5, and we'd go watch it there. And then we got B-dubs. B-dubs, where you show up at noon to get a
you had to get there early.
And you drank so many free refills of whatever so you could keep your table.
And you're like, I'm gonna get food in a little bit.
Just come back around. I could use another Coke though. I appreciate it. What about beer? I'm gonna get that when the event starts. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They hated us. They hated us with a passion. But it's still, I mean, Brian jumping off that stool when Shawn kicked out of Undertaker's tombstone, like Maury Povich and You Are Not the Father. That's what Brian was doing around B-dubs.
That was probably the greatest false finish in wrestling history.
It was. And now we have the era of we can go to it. We have WWE Network. We have Peacock. It's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Jobs
and careers. Yes.
Yay.
Income. Disposable income. For me, so many years, I did basically Mania on the radio. And I say that meaning I would turn to the channel, we wouldn't order it, and it would be all scrambled, but you could hear it.
You would do the scrambled porn.
I would do the script. I would listen. I would literally lay on the couch, and once every 3 minutes, it would get clear for like 3 seconds. You'd be like, oh, and then it would get scrambled again. Yeah, that was the next. As I got a little older, but yeah. So that was it. I always kept up on it that way. I remember getting WrestleMania 2 from the video store. That was my first one because I think seeing Hogan and Bundy in a steel cage on the cover of the VHS was mind blowing as a kid, and I was so happy when Jay, in your previous podcast, how you used Easy Lover as your intro music, which I found out much later was the intro music to WrestleMania 1. My mind blew when I found that out. And to go into WrestleMania 23, that was so great because it was the first time get to go to that. And I just remember doing the drinks in the parking lot, and everybody was just excited and just wooing and everything. And that was awesome. It was a long day, but so much fun. And
but if you remember, that parking lot where we parked at is now Little Caesars Arena. It was a vacant lot before, but now it's Little Caesars.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So so great memories. It's always an exciting time of year, even sometimes with the card you're I don't know, but you never know what they could surprise you. And it's just the fun spectacle of seeing so many people for a wrestling match. It's just so great. All right, my friends, I think it is time to see who's got it up here. It's time for WrestleMania Trivia.
What's the prize?
First for America the Beautiful.
Ray Charles. What's the prize?
Sorry, Brian. I know I cut you off. I understand.
All right. The rules first. Now, each of us, each of you, I should say, I'm your host, are going to get a turn. 10 questions. Each one gets a little bit harder. We're going to see who gets the most right, and then a prize for the winner. The winner prize. And again, this is negotiable, but I thought because we're always doing something online, we'll get the, WWE shop or the Pro Wrestling Tees. Myself and Joe are going to AEW live at Little Caesars Arena coming up in June. I would like to buy something from the actual merch stand for the winner. Within reason. I don't want somebody saying the AEW TBS title for $2.99. Okay. But I want to get something that I can pick out for you guys, that I show you guys via the phone, have it in my hands.
Or I'm there with you.
Yeah, you'll be there. Yeah. Here you go, Joe, if you win this. But I thought because maybe they'll have some different stuff than you can find online. So
they'll have a red AEW logo shirt. That's what they do in every city. And they also have autograph figures. But isn't it weird that you're doing an AEW prize for a WrestleMania contest?
I thought you were going to say beer at SummerSlam.
Joe already owes me 6 stadiums.
That's been
not happening. You're not getting 6 stadium beers.
You owe me 6.
No, that's fair.
Not at the stadium.
I won't be, we won't be doing that till. I mean, I guess I could say that for Summerfest, if that'll be winner's choice. How about that? Live at AEW or live at Summerfest, I buy a shirt or some merchandise piece for the winner.
A Nick Jackson autograph figure.
Right, exactly. Nick Jackson
whatever, man. I'm cool.
All right. Love it.
I'm not gonna win, so whatever you do.
Shut up, Kevin.
All right.
Come on.
So we will go in alphabetical order. Okay. So we will start with Jay. Jason, are you ready? No helping from the peanut gallery. No phoning a friend. No going on to Google. We need, pretty much within 5 to 10 seconds. Your answer.
Go ahead.
Question number 1.
So I'm not cheating.
Yes. What venue hosted WrestleMania 1?
Madison Square Garden.
Correct. Question number 2. What WrestleMania did Brock Lesnar end the Undertaker streak?
30
Correct.
in New Orleans.
Number 3. What boxer was the guest referee for the main event of WrestleMania 1?
Muhammad Ali.
Correct. Number 4. What was the main event of WrestleMania 18?
I believe it was Jericho and Triple H.
Correct.
The last match, technically.
Yes.
Even though Rock and Hogan was much better.
Well said. Number 5. What was the first WrestleMania to be held outside? Not in a dome or an arena, outside.
9.
Correct.
Las Vegas.
Very good. Very good. Number 6. John Cena won the United States Championship at Mania 20 against who?
JBL.
Incorrect. Oh,
It's the fucking Big Show, ain't it?
It's the fucking Big Show.
Ah! God
Good
damn
try.
it.
Good try.
All right.
6 so far is amazing.
Yep.
Okay.
You're
Just
doing
throwing
good.
that out there.
All right,
Number
go ahead.
7. At WrestleMania 5, this tag team broke up in a match against the Brainbusters.
Brainbusters were bad guys. Strike Force?
Correct. Nicely done. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Wow.
So is that 7, right? Or is that 6?
That's 6 out of 7. We're on
Okay.
number 8. At WrestleMania
Go,
23,
go.
the ECW Originals defeated the New Breed. Name 2 of the 4 members of the New Breed.
Elijah Burke
That is one.
and Marcus Corvon.
Wow, well done. Yeah, the other 2 were Matt Stryker and Kevin
wait.
Thorne.
I was gonna
Sorry,
say, yeah.
sorry.
I was gonna try to keep going. Okay, go ahead.
Nicely done. All right, hold on. I gotta pull something.
Is this 10?
real-
Is this the last one?
We
That
are
was
on
7 of
number
8.
9. We're
Okay.
at number 9. At WrestleMania 28. Whoop, hold on. I just missed my notes. At WrestleMania 28, the Big Show defeated who to win the Intercontinental title?
Ric Flair? I have no idea.
Incorrect. The correct answer was Cody Rhodes. 52% on that one. Number 10, last question. Who was the special guest referee for Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam Bigelow?
Fuck.
And I had no idea about this one before I looked it up.
I don't know. Jesse the Body Ventura.
No, good guess though. Pat Patterson was the guest referee.
Fuck.
Wow.
So I got 7 out of 10.
You
Amazing.
got 7 out of 10. The bar has been set. Very nicely done. Joe, are you ready?
Yeah, I wish
I'm
I would
not
have
done
had those
clapping
ones
yet.
because I got 9 out of 10 of those. But
Did you?
whatever. Okay.
Very nice.
Let's try it. Let's
Here we
try it
go.
up. It's all for fun.
It's all for fun. Number 1, what venue hosted WrestleMania 3?
The Pontiac Silverdome. Thanks for bringing it up again.
Exactly. We're starting early, like starting easy. Number 2, who did Macho Man defeat in the main event to win the championship at WrestleMania 4?
$1 Million Man.
Correct. Number 3, what was the first WrestleMania to be held outside of the United States?
That would be, I want to say, WrestleMania 6.
Correct. The Sky Dome in Toronto, Canada. Number 4, WrestleMania 8 was billed as a double main event. Name one of the 2 main events.
That would be Sid versus Hogan.
Correct. The other was Macho Man versus Ric Flair. Number 5, at WrestleMania 2000, each of the 4 wrestlers in the main event had a McMahon in their corner. Which McMahon was in Mick Foley's corner?
That would be the most charismatic one, Linda.
Wow, nicely done.
Fucking easy.
Number 6, at Mania 19, The Undertaker fought a handicap match. Name one of his 2 opponents.
Big Show.
Big Show is right. And
The other one was A-Train.
It was. Number 7, Chyna won the WWF Women's title at WrestleMania 17 against who?
Ivory.
You were 7 for 7. Number 8, who won the Money in the Bank match at Mania 26?
I know this one.
I know it. It was TikTok. I'm gonna say Jack Swagger.
Not Karrion Kross. Correct, Jack Swagger.
Oh, nice.
Wow. I thought I would also accept Jake Hager. Number 9, who won the WWF who won the WWF light heavyweight title at WrestleMania 14?
Taka.
Wow, Taka Michinoku, great job. And number 10, name one of the 2 wrestlers who competed in a blindfold match at WrestleMania 7.
Jake the Snake and
Wow.
Rick Martel.
Six is in.
The
Ten
Fix is in.
in.
This is fucking collusion.
You can
sent in
call
the
me
questions.
Kurt Hennig because
You
that
sent in
was
the questions.
perfect.
Wow.
I'm just gonna say one thing. I don't know where Joe's eyes are, and I think he
Oh,
has the
No,
device.
no,
yeah.
my hands were
That's
nowhere
true.
near it.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's
Wow.
Wow.
collusion here.
Just
All
like the blindfold match, you can see through.
You
That's true.
No, that
All
was,
right,
do not
Kevin, you gotta
doubt
get
the
you gotta
teacher.
get 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
All right,
I'm gonna
Kev.
ruin it off question 1, so let's get it done.
You will not ruin off question 1. Kevin,
Oh,
number
yeah.
1, what venue hosted WrestleMania 23?
Levi Stadium. No, Ford Field in Detroit.
You were there.
I corrected it. Final answer: Ford Field in Detroit.
Son of a bitch. All right, I'll give it
And
to
this
you.
is brought to you by Bardstown Bourbon Company. Try Blend. Thank you very much.
Number 2, WrestleMania 5 was when the Mega Powers collided. Who were the Mega Powers?
Hulk Hogan and Macho Man.
That's right.
Randy Savage.
Number 3, who won the first Money in the Bank match at WrestleMania 21?
Uh-oh.
Come on. This is so easy.
Edge. Thank you.
Come on. Joe with some calling an audible hand signal there. Okay. Yes, it is Edge. Yes. Hulk Hogan, number 4. Hulk Hogan won the WWF title at WrestleMania 7. Over who? Who was the opponent?
Uh-oh. Hold up. My app is loading.
Don't you dare.
Where are my glasses?
Yeah, I think Joe should have to take those sunglasses off. It's collusion.
What do you think?
Hold up. I'm sure Sergeant Slaughter. I don't know.
You're right. Nicely done. Nicely done, Sergeant Slaughter. All right, number 5. WrestleMania 2 was held in 3 cities. Name 2 of the cities it was held in. 2 of the 3.
I'm done.
Kevin.
I don't know.
Angola, Indiana is the other one. He really is Googling. I heard a computer mouse click there.
Oh, it's this.
Oh, okay.
I'll just guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I truly have no idea. Oh fuck! I don't even. My brain is going up. I will
Name
go.
an American city, Kevin. An American city. I feel like Trebek with Celebrity Shepherd with Turd Ferguson.
Come on.
Go ahead, Kev. Come on.
Los Angeles and Miami. I don't know. I have no idea.
You're half right. LA, Chicago, and a little known city called New York City. New York City was what we were looking for there, Kev. All right,
That's it.
Well,
He can still finish.
No, Joe got them all, so there's no need to continue.
Just give me number 10.
Okay. Well,
He wants the hardest one.
that's good. We'll see. Maybe this isn't. Well, name one of the 2 wrestlers who competed in the Playboy pillow fight at Mania 22.
I like the ladies in wrestling,
Yes.
and
Yes,
Tori Wilson.
Tori Wilson was one. The other, Candice Michelle.
Isn't she
But
dead?
my 5 for
Candice
6.
No, she's still
Michelle's
alive.
still alive.
My
She's
5 for
still
6 right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
5
that
out
was
of
number
6.
10.
I mean,
All right,
we
give me
gave
number
you
9.
we gave you number 1 when you said Levi Stadium.
Well, no, I didn't say final answer. Give me number 9.
I know. All right, number 9. Number 9
Oh my
was
God.
This is totally defeating the purpose.
what
go
boxer
ahead.
was the guest referee for Bart Gunn versus Butterbean? There's a boxer who was the guest referee. Oh, even Mr. Perfect Joe's shrugging his shoulders.
I don't remember.
It's Buster Douglas.
Yeah, Buster Douglas, final answer.
Vinny Pazienza. Shout out to Vinny
Who
Pazienza.
the fuck is that?
How is that a number 9?
That's
like
a
a-
9.
That's
and
a
Candice
10.
Michelle
The
was
fix-
number
the fix-
10.
I'm
Listen,
sorry, the fix was in. The fix
I
was in.
don't
I'm
have a
good.
committee to bounce
Listen.
these things off of.
When do
try.
No, it's okay.
when do I win? Come on. Give
When
me
you're in
something
collusion
here.
with the host.
Well, no, you win when you cheat.
All right.
You know what? It's just like growing up. Anytime I won something, I was accused of cheating, not just based on my brilliance.
You had a
Well,
couple of challenging ones, I thought, but yeah, Jack Swagger.
Swagger was the only one that gave me trouble. Everything
Really?
else I answered quickly.
Wow. All right.
Because you had the
Well,
answers
Congratulations, Joe.
from
Well done.
Brian's email.
No.
Wait, are you wearing Alexa headset?
Who me?
No, Joe.
Joe's
Are you
help from
landing a
Alexa.
plane?
All right. Well, as always, things don't ever seem to go fair and square or on track like they
Only when I
It's
win.
usually when you make the rules, Brian. Funny how that works out.
I don't know what to tell you.
There's always issues when Brian makes the rules.
It's a makeup call from Royal Rumble 2020.
If only you would have said Big Show instead of JBL, Jay, then you could have been right here.
That's all
with
right.
you.
Well, no, because I got the
and Cody.
wrong.
And he got Cody wrong.
Oh,
too.
that's true.
That's
true.
fine.
There were some more ones. All right. Nevertheless. All right. That'll do it for this week's show. Another banner episode of That Wrestling Podcast. I hope everybody enjoys wrestling for the week. Next week will be WrestleMania preview. I can't believe it's already here. Of course, whatamaneuver.net for the merchandise. Get your shirts before WrestleMania weekend. And of course, at That WrestlePod for socials for all things wrestling. I'm Brian. For the guys, Joe, Kevin, and Jason. We'll talk to you next week. All right.
Good cheater.
Wow.
Thanks for listening. Follow That WrestlePod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
1, 2, 3, that's it!